What's up, you nerds? It's your boy Reaper here, and today we got a deck profile for you. We got Melffy-Brigade. That is right, it is tri-brigades and Melffys in a wonderful, wonderful mashup that works. I don't know how to say it any way other than that, but it works. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. Alright, so first off in this deck, we do run, of course, 3 Melffy-Rabbies. We got 3 Melffy-Rabbies right here. We have 3 Melffy-Puppies. Next, we have 3 Melffy-Caddies. Next, we do have 3 Melffy-Finnies. And then we have 3 Melffy-Ponies, rounding it out for the Melffy monsters of the deck. Next, we do go into 3 Rescue Rabbit. Then going into the Tri-Brigade engine, we do have 3 Tri-Brigade Nerval. And then we have 2 Tri-Brigade Curus. We do run as well 1 Alpha, the Master of Beasts, because why would you not run the Master of Beasts in a winged beast slash beast deck? It's a good one of in this deck, I believe. Alright, going into the spells now, we do run 3 Melffy Hide and Seek. We have 3 Melffy Tag. We do run 3 Obedient Schooled. And then we have 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault. Going into our traps, we do run 3 copies of Melffy Playhouse, and then we have 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Revolt. That pretty much sums it up for the main deck. Don't worry, I know I'm probably going a little fast for you guys, but I am going to do some test hands and show you kind of what this deck can do. At least without an opponent, you know, uninterrupted, show you what this deck can do. But first, before we do that, we're going to go into the extra deck real quick. We do run 1 Link Karibo. We have 1 Tri-Brigade Fergit, the Baron Blossom. We have 1 Tri-Brigade Bearbrum, the Rampant Rampager. We have 1 Nightmare Phoenix. We have 1 Tri-Brigade Rugal, the Silver Sheller. We have 1 Nightmare Unicorn. We have 1 Apollosa, Bow of the Goddess. We have 1 Unchained Abomination. We have 1 Tri-Brigade Shurag, the Ominous Omen. And then we have 2 copies of Melffy Mommy, 2 copies of Joyous Melffys, and then 2 copies of Melffy of the Forest. One thing I do want to touch on real quick going over this is for the main deck. You probably I haven't gotten my hands on one yet. I haven't traded for it yet from my bud Smog, but you probably could drop something like you could probably drop a copy of Melffy Playhouse or something like that to throw in at least 1 Fractal. You could probably drop something else to run 2 Fractal if you wanted. I'm not saying you can't, but this is just going off of the build that I currently have. Now give me just one moment, let me shuffle things up real quick, and we will get right into those test hands. Alrighty guys, we are back, we are all shuffled up. I'm going to give y'all just a quick test hand. I just got everything shuffled up, and this will be uninterrupted going first. Alright, we're already looking pretty good. We're looking really good actually. Now, okay. So, going first, opening hand, this is what we got. We have a Melffy Tag, a Melffy Caddy, a Tri-Brigade Karis, an Obedient Schooled, and a Melffy-Rabby. Now, this is just how I would play the deck. You may play this deck a whole different way. But after playing around with it a little bit and seeing what this deck can do, I gotta say, this is just how I would start out with this opening hand. Alright, so as long as you have Obedient School, you have access to one of your biggest walls in this deck, being Melffy Mommy. So what you would do is you would activate Obedient School, And if you're unfamiliar with what Obedience School does, Obedience School, if you control no monsters, special summon 3 level 2 or lower beast effect monsters with different names from your deck, but their effects are negated. Also, they are destroyed during the end phase. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except beast monsters. Well, good for us. The entire Melffy archetype is beast. So we activate Obedience School. We're going to search out 3 of our Melffy effect monsters with different names, such as Pony and Caddy. And let's go for Finny. So right there, going first, just off of 1 card, we have 3 bodies on the board, right? We have 3. And this will allow us to go into our big defensive wall known as Melffy Mommy. So what we would do here is we would go ahead and overlay, because now they won't get destroyed because they are no longer, you know, on the board. They are used as XZ's material. We would use them to go into Melffy Mommy, and we would special Melffy Mommy in defense position. If you're unfamiliar with Melffy Mommy's effect is it requires 2 plus level 2 beast monsters. It says once per turn, quick effect, you can attach 1 beast monster from your hand or face up on the field to this card as material. This card gains effects based on the number of materials attached to it. If it has 3 or more, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Fantastic. If it has 4 or more, you take no battle damage, or no damage from battles involving this card. Really good. And then 5 or more materials, when an attack is declared involving this card and an attack position monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that attack position monster's attack. So, right off the bat, we get Melffy Mommy on the board first turn, and with 3 materials, she cannot be destroyed by battle, right? Well, from here, we activate her effect to attach a material from hand. So she's now at 4. So now we take no battle damage. Nor can she be destroyed by battle, which is really cool in my opinion, right? Let's see here, and that's like going first turn, no interruptions, nothing. That's a pretty solid board, because you already have a body on the board that cannot be destroyed by battle, nor do you take battle damage involving that monster. So right there, going first, that is pretty solid, right? You would think more with like the tri-brigade engine in it, like your big boss monsters and everything, you're gonna be trying to summon out Shurag and stuff like that. But honestly, I mean, with that right there, like going first or second, even, like if you're just trying to stall by for time, Melffy Mommy is a really solid wall. So that's, you know, as long as you have Obedience Schooled and an empty board, you have Melffy Mommy every time. So that is a going first test hand, just to get you some defense. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take it back, we're going to reshuffle, and we're going to go second this time, depending, you know, we'll see what we can make happen off of that additional draw, you know, see what we can make happen off of that additional draw. See if we can't get into our big board, you know. But yeah, like I was very impressed with the whole Melffy Mommy thing, because that's a really cool effect, especially if you can get something like Melffy Forest or Melffy of the Forest on the field, because then you can detach a material from it. Your Melffy monsters can attack directly. So you detach, swing 2k into your opponent with Melffy of the Forest. Then you can you can, if your opponent has a big strong beater on the field and you have 5 materials attached to Melffy Mommy, you swing into their monster, they take 2,000 directly, and then they take the damage from from their own monster's attack. Like, that's just insane. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look at this. Look at this. We already have our Melffy Mommy condition right here. Alright, so now we're going to say we're going second. we get Melffy tagged. Alright, so already you know what the deal is. We're going to activate Obedience Schooled. Activate Obedience Schooled, we're going for Pony. We're going for Finny. And then we are going for... let's go for Caddy again. Melffy, Caddy... or we're going for Caddy, Pony, and Finny. We're going to shuffle it, shuffle it, shuffle it. So, in case we have to do some more searching, I don't believe we will. We're going to go Link 3, or Exes 3 for the mommy. The mommy. We're going to then activate Melffy Mommy's effect to attach from hand. So we can give her a 4 material. So now she cannot be destroyed by battle, and we do not take damage involving... sorry, trying to make it look pretty. So we are sitting with 4 materials. You can't really see that one at the very bottom. I'm just trying to make sure you guys see that there's 4. So from there, we have yet to normal summon. And we have not really done a whole lot else. So here, we would be able to set Melffy Playhouse. I like Melffy Playhouse because its effect is pretty cool, especially with a monster like Melffy Mommy on the field, who just accumulates more and more Exes material. The effect is detach any number of materials from Beast Exes monsters you control, then target up to that many cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. Also, all Beast Exes monsters you control gain 500 attack for each material detached to activate this card until the end of this turn. Really cool, right? Like, if your opponent's building, you know, big boards and everything, you know, activate Melffy Playhouse, detach materials from your Exes, and then return to hand, return to hand, return to hand, return to hand. Now, granted, it does target. That is the one big downside. So, like, if you're going up against something like Dragoon, then it wouldn't be able to target. But if you see your opponent summon into that Verte, well, guess what? Melffy Playhouse, detach 1, because you know that you're going to be able to get that 1 back next turn. Or actually, I mean, it's a quick effect. So you can do... Alright, so say we have... we're going to set Melffy Playhouse right over here, because we want to avoid that center. Primarily because of like stuff like Imperm, we want to kind of play around it a little bit. We're also going to go ahead and set Melffy Tag, because what Melffy Tag does, target 1 Melffy monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only activate 1 Melffy Tag per turn. So watch this. This is what we would be doing, right? And we're going to set Melffy Rabby Face down for our normal summon because it has a 2100 defense. So I mean it's also a wall. This deck is very defensive. It is very defense heavy. It is not aggro at all. But it's fun. It's fun. So say this is what your end board is, right? You pass turn. Your opponent starts trying to build up their board. Now I know this was going second, so technically they would probably already have a board. But say they didn't get into their Protoplant. Say they didn't get into their Dragoon first turn. So they link 2 going into Verte. What you would do, activate Melffy Playhouse, detach, send Verte back, right? Of course, your Melffy Exes monster would gain, it would go from 15 or 1,000 to 15 because we only detached 1. And then we would also be able to then, like if they try to do anything else, we'd be able to activate Melffy Tag, special summon this back to the field. If your opponent tries to like normal summon or special summon anything, Melffy Caddy's effect is if your opponent normal or special summons a monster except during the damage step, or if an opponent's monster targets this card for an attack, you can return this card to the hand. Then you can add 1 beast monster from your deck to your hand except Melffy Caddy. During your end phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use... Okay, so yeah, you get it back. Your opponent normal special summons. Guess what? Boom, back to hand. You'd be able to search for let's say we have a Melffy puppy in hand, so let's add a Melffy Finny. And then let's see here. After that, then during the end phase, like during our end phase, we'd be able to special summon, or let's see. Oh, we wouldn't be able to because it's their end phase, so it wouldn't be ours. But during our end phase, like the Melffys have an effect, like during your own end phase, you can special summon them to the field. And they all get effects to add themselves back to your hand depending on if your opponent is normal summoning, special summoning, or targeting them for attacks. So, I other than that, man, like I know there's a whole lot of other extra deck stuff here. I know there's a whole lot we didn't cover. If you guys would like to see a more in-depth how-to or combo list for Melffy-Brigade, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, if you guys want to see more of Melffy-Brigade, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you want to, see more test stands, see more combos, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!